if you got GERD, fatty liver disease, Barrett's esophagus, acid reflux issues of any types, watch this video. Now, you probably came here from TikTok, and this is going to be the long form video of what I'm doing as if I'm starting my 8-week process over again. If you haven't heard my story before, you can go to my TikTok account, check out the top right pinned video, and it'll tell you my story there. I had fatty liver disease, GERD, Barrett's esophagus, gastritis, had a cyst on my brain, a cyst on my liver, hypertension, pre-diabetes, and I was 32 pounds overweight. And all these things was resolved in under a year once I started eating whole food. So this channel is all about encouraging people like yourself who's struggling with these issues, that they can be reversed. And now I've been doing an elimination diet for about 1.5 years. And my sister just got diagnosed with silent reflux. Now, I didn't know any symptoms of it, and I guess I added too many carbohydrates back at one time because I've been doing this for 1.5 years, and I started having symptoms of silent reflux. So just to be safe so I don't get these things back, like the Barrett's and everything, I started taking the PPIs again. So I'm on 40 milligrams of omeprazole in the morning. 40 milligrams of famotidine in the morning, and then right before dinner, I'll do 40 milligrams of omeprazole, and I'll do fasting. I'll do all kinds of stuff. You're going to get to see it all in this series here. Now, before we go into the strict 8-week carnivore period, I'm going to go slowly into it, just like last time, because if you try to go straight carnivore, a lot of people can't do it because you end up getting what's called the keto flu. And that feels like you literally have the flu. That's why they call it that. You feel sick, but it's a process. Your body's detoxing, okay? And to help with that, you want to transition from what you're doing now into the keto diet. So I want to show you what I buy at Sam's Club, and just the other things like the healthy carbs. Again, you're only allowed, like, I think it's, maybe 20 grams of carbs a day. If you go over that, it'll kick you out of ketosis. So you got to really track that stuff. So the good thing about this one is my wife is going to be doing it with me this time. Last time I had to do it by myself, and she's wanting to lose a little bit of weight, even though she don't have to. But she's wanting to lose a little bit of weight, so she's going to go through this with me. So if you're interested in this, please like, subscribe, and share this with somebody you know who's struggling with these issues, because the ultimate goal with this channel is to be able to help people. That's all I want to do, is help people. So if you're into that, I want to go in here, show you what I buy. Starting to get stoked. It's game week here Saturday. Can't wait to see what the coach is going to do. Know where you're watching from and who your favorite team is. We wanted to push the buggy because we just had a killer leg workout the other day, and she wants something to lean up to lean on. Let me show you guys something real quick. Don't let this right here fool you. I know outside I said keto. Don't let this stuff fool you. This is still full of garbage. Let me show you. This is why you want to cut all this stuff out. Xanthan gum, natural flavor. If you don't understand what natural flavor is, let me know in the comments and I'll let you know what it is. Now, if you get nervous about saying the carnivore diet's going to be expensive or the keto diet's going to be expensive, for me personally, just eating, feeding 2 people, my budget did not change because I cut out the things like the crackers, the cookies, and all the processed food and things like that. And once you cut those things out, you save a lot of money. And even though the items that you're now buying is more expensive, it still averages out to be the same for me. I'm not going to say that it's going to be the same for you, but for me, that's what happened. So once your body gets used to not eating processed food and stuff, and you start actually eating natural foods, you find yourself not staying as hungry as much, and it's better. You feel so much better. It's good not to have that inflammation rolling around in your body. So I'm going to show you right now what we're buying. I usually come over to the steak section. We picked up some top sirloin. We got one of those, and I was going to get a chuck roll and just cut everything out of that, but it was out of my price range this week because it's my mortgage week. So we picked up one of those for 37 bucks, and then we got this right here instead of a chuck roll. And you can still cut a bunch of steaks out of this. We're just going to trim off some of that fat, and that will do us good for a while. Now, once your boys' pages start blowing up, it ain't doing it yet, but I'll be picking up some of those once my TikTok starts TikToking and my YouTube starts YouTubing. So I'm going to show you what else we get. Like mixing up with lamb too. You want ruminant animals, something like that. I forget exactly how you say that, but it's just animals that have 2 stomachs. They process the grass that they eat and stuff. And this right here is really good if you can handle the taste. Now, I think this stuff here is too gamey for me, but when you do the rack of lamb, I actually like that a lot. So sometimes I'll get some of those, and it's really good. If you do cheese, you want to read the labels. Like this one here, this is a goat cheese. You want to make sure it says something like this: pasteurized goat milk, salt, and enzymes. My wife's more into cheese than I am, but this is my favorite. This is Kerrygold butter. This is grass-fed cows. The wife's more into pork than I am, so she's wanting some pork ribs. So far we're probably about almost 90 something, almost 100, and that's going to feed 2 people for a while. I like doing fish too, but I'm not doing this. I already have some of this at the house. This is what I look for: wild caught. This isn't farm raised. Very, very good steak. Sea steak of the sea, tuna. My favorite, without a doubt, though, is the wild caught salmon. This stuff is so good with the skin on. It's one of my favorites. But we're not going to get any of that this time. Maybe the next time. Right here's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Like, they're saying that's crab legs, but look at all those ingredients. Look at that sugar right there. So this is great. It says artificial crab flavor. That means that they created something to make it taste like crab, even though it's not crab. Just come right next door here, and you got wild caught crab legs. Yes, it's going to be more expensive, but you know, it's according to what your priorities are. You know, health is a priority, especially when you have an experience like I did with all these diagnoses. The thing that I like, it's a healthy fat with ketogenic diet, is avocados. I love these things. My wife already broke. I was like, you did. One day it's going to knock you out of ketosis, but that's okay. It's still healthy. It's good. It's good. She over there messing with the muffins too. Struggle bus. Walk away. Walk away. So we just came to Walmart, and if you're doing bacon for breakfast, this is the best one. This is a 0 sugar. All these other bacons are cured with sugar, so you definitely want to go with that one right there. Again, it's a preference, but this is what I go for, mainly for that reason right there. So at Sam's Club, we put the ribs back, and we put some of the meat that was already cut back, and my wife thinks that we can get enough cuts of steak out of what we had there, because we still have a few meats at home. We didn't realize that we had to get a few other things that are non-food related, so it's sticking to a budget too. Adjust your plans sometimes. We just got that big chuck eye, and we're going to cut a bunch of steaks out of that. I got some wild caught tuna at home, and we got 2 packs of ground chicken. So again, you got to adjust, and that's what we did. So we want to show you what else we bought. When you buy your butter, you want to look and read the labels no matter what, because this right here is just pasteurized cream and salt. I'll show you why right here. What my mom always gets, I try to tell her all the time, but let me show you why. Look at that ingredients list. You see that right there? Called maltodextrin. You see that ingredient list right there? That is garbage. This has all kinds of stuff you can't pronounce. It's got maltodextrin, natural flavor. That is stuff right there that is worse than sugar as far as addiction. If you see maltodextrin, put it back. Get you some water. I also have a spring not far from my house that I can fill up my glass jugs, which is really good. Natural spring water is awesome. But yeah, stock up on some water. Now, if you're doing yogurt or anything right there, this is probably one of the best ones. And it's because cultured non-fat milk. Now, I'm into, whole milk, but my wife is going to be making some yogurt and things like that for herself, so we're going to pick up one of these. My wife's here getting some tart warmers. When she first came from Brazil, she wasn't anything about seasonal type stuff, like fall type stuff. She thought it was weird, but now 6 years later, she's like, farmhouse cookies. Yeah, turned her into a country girl finally. We just got back from the store, and now I'm going to show you what I've been doing, and we're going to see how many steaks I can get out of one cut. So this is what I've done so far. I trimmed off some of the fat. I want to keep some of that on there, And this right here I want to render down and add to my dog's dog food, and that'll make them eat their dog food more. They don't really like dry food that much. But I want to show you how many steaks we can get out of this one cut. Now I gotta finish cutting up this part on my TikTok, that way I can get more people to watch this video. So I'll tell you the number that we got out of this once I get back. Now remember, this was just for $47. That's 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So that right there is 12 steaks, and we can have one each for 6 days. And we also got eggs, we got chicken still yet. So this right here was just $47. Could you imagine buying 12 steaks for $47? So something that we're going to do, we're going to eat eggs, we're going to eat the steaks, we're going to eat chicken, and yeah, we're going to be eating good all week long. We still had some things left over from last week. Now my dogs got some trim fat that they can eat, but this is not really that hard. Now this is just what I do. You know, the cost will definitely vary if you got more mouths to feed. But yeah, that's what we're going to do, and I appreciate you staying this long. If you stayed this long into the video, say I stayed to the end in the comments. That'll let me know that you're serious about checking out this content and watching me do everything that I always talk about on my TikTok videos and on here. So, yep, that will be part 1 of what I'm going to do to start this process. Again, we're going into the ketogenic diet, and then we are going to slowly fade into strict carnivore again. We'll do that for a period of 8 weeks, and then we'll start adding back healthy carbs one at a time. So I'm going to try to upload 1 video a week, and please like, comment, share, do all that good stuff, and I will see you in the next video.